Adam Dick Sandler is an American actor, comedian, screenwriter, film producer, and singer. After becoming a Saturday Night Live cast member, he went on to star in many Hollywood feature films, which have combined to earn more than $2 billion at the box office.
$2 billion.
Join us today as we talk about Adam Sandler.
What's up, Josh?
Adam Sandler.
Are you ready to talk about one of the greatest comedians of our time?
Absolutely.
I know a lot of people that hate this dude.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people think he's washed up. A lot of people think he's just done because he's gone the Netflix route.
Right.
But I think the resurgence of Uncut Gems, along with a few other bangers, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
And he never left.
He's back.
He's back.
He never left.
Yeah, he never left.
Is he Voldemort?
Maybe. But the good one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he's not my favorite comedian.
Right.
But he's a damn good one.
Mm-hmm. And has had some of the most iconic comedies, not just of my generation or your generation, but across the board.
The last 30 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm looking here on the old Wikipedia. It says he's been in 64 feature films. Now, obviously, that's not his leading roles in all those.
Right.
But, like, a lot of them he has been. 16 television series. 2 documentaries, which I don't know.
Yeah. And then at least a couple of animated films even.
Oh, yeah.
As
like
starring himself in 8 Crazy Nights. Like he's been around the block for a minute. He's done a good stuff.
That would definitely be one of the features. Dude's great, man.
He is.
Yeah. So I think we picked him because obviously 30 years worth of movies is pretty incredible.
And it was so a lot of actors and actresses, you see them come and go. Like they'll be big for a while, then they'll kind of fall off.
Yeah.
They'll be big for a while, they'll come back, they'll fall off, they'll come back, they'll do this thing, they'll do that thing, they'll go to TV, they'll go do something else, they'll go Sean Bean's route, go do some voices on some video games, then come back for Game of Thrones and captivate the world.
A soap opera.
Yeah, any number of things. But Adam Sandler has been pumping out comedy movies since I was a child and has not stopped.
Yes. Some of them are not that good. Some
For
of
sure.
them are tremendous. Like iconic. You know what I mean?
You will not make that putt.
Yeah, jackass.
Jackass.
If pee in your pants is cool.
I'm Miles Davis.
Miles Davis. So I'm gonna list off a couple here.
Okay.
A couple.
I'm
gonna do these fast because there's a lot to talk about here.
Go ahead.
Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Uncut Gems, Grown Ups, 50 First Dates, Big Daddy, The Wedding Singer, The Water Boy, Blended, Jack and Jill, Just Go With It, Grown Ups 2, Punch Drunk Love, You Don't Mess with the Zohan.
That's a funny movie, dude.
Little Nicky, That's My Boy, Ridiculous Six, Click, Hotel Transylvania, Murder Mystery, a Netflix film, The Longest Yard, Mr. Deeds, The Do-Over, Chuck and Larry, featuring your boy, Kevin James.
You had me at Grown Ups, and then I almost wanted... I'll be back, guys. I'm going to go throw up.
So, yeah, I got a question for you here in a minute.
Okay.
Funny People, Anger Management, Pixels, that's a funny movie. Reign Over Me, Bedtime Stories, Spanglish, Sandy Wexler, The Week of, 8 Crazy Nights, The Gobbler, Bulletproof. Dang, that's a classic. Hotel Transylvania 2, Airheads. And then he's in a couple, like there's a bunch of movies he's kind of featured in, or he's just kind of in, or maybe he's credited as a writer or producer.
Right.
But Coneheads, The Wrong Missy, which is a recent David Spade Netflix film.
TV show, yeah. Or is it a show or a movie? I think it's a show.
I think it's a movie.
Oh. Well, that sucks. I wanted to watch that for a while.
Yeah. The Animal with Rob Schneider.
Yeah.
The Benchwarmers. Yeah, Grandma's Boy. A lot of these are under his production company.
Film production company.
Yeah, Happy Madison.
Which is
great.
On point.
Deuce Bigelow, Male Gigolo. Deuce Bigelow, European Gigolo. So, yeah, dude's in a ton of movies, dude.
He is.
And has done quite some stuff. He obviously, I think, got his start in New York on Saturday Night Live and doing stand-up. I don't know if he did stand-up. He might have.
If he did, I didn't see him until Saturday Night Live, which not that surprising. I was young. I wouldn't have been seeking out stand-up comedy.
To me, he's in the greatest era of Saturday Night Live.
Yep.
Him, David Spade, Rob Schneider.
Will Ferrell,
Mike Myers, Dana Carvey. All those dudes. Like that 1990 to like 96, greatest era of Saturday Night Live.
I agree.
I'll fight you. I will fight you. If you had to, just off the top of your head, favorite Adam Sandler movie?
I can't.
Yeah, I cannot.
I can't. My brain.
I can't.
So I'll give you a couple of top three, maybe offhand. Big Daddy.
Yep.
Grandma's Boy.
Funny movie.
And so that one would be probably, that's one of my favorite Happy Madison movies. Grandma's Boy. And Happy Gilmore.
Okay. Yeah, my favorite are probably 50 First Dates, which we talked about in a soundtrack episode. Happy Gilmore is my favorite. It's just, that's an amazing soundtrack.
Yeah.
Jeez. Leonard Skinner, Tuesday's Gone. Tuesday's Gone. Hit me
with the wind.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, it's great. That's probably my favorite Leonard Skinner song.
So good. 50 First Dates, Happy Gilmore, and then it gets tough after that. Because I love Longest Yard.
Yeah.
Love that movie.
Great movie. Ridiculous Six. Hilarious.
Ridiculous Six. Anger Management's good. God, there's so many of them. My favorite that he's not the lead in is Airheads.
Airheads is a really funny movie.
That movie.
I feel like that one, if it would have come out a little bit earlier or later, would have been a lot bigger.
Yeah.
But that is just so funny. I'm a big Brendan Fraser fan.
Yeah, Steve Buscemi.
Steve Buscemi.
Dude, so good.
Who was the fourth role in that? So you got Adam Sandler, those two, and there was one more.
Can't forget who the main cop is or the main radio guy.
Right.
Chris Farley's in it for half a second,
right.
I think. I think.
He's like a roadie or something, a walk-on role.
Amazing movie.
Yeah, great. So with Adam Sandler, though, I think the first thing that I saw him in was probably Billy Madison.
Yeah.
That one I think is hilarious. I do. I think it's hilarious. It's silly. I mean, he made being really, really silly really, really funny.
Right.
I think when I saw Happy Gilmore, I was like, okay, this I can get behind a lot more. It was, I don't know, it wasn't quite as bizarre. I mean, yeah, it's crazy, like the hockey player going to play golf. It's silly.
Right.
But Billy Madison was just so crazy. Norm Macdonald is wild.
Yeah.
So like there were just, it was a certain kind of comedy that I just didn't get with until, and it's still not my jam. I like a little bit more than just the surface value. I think that's a great surface value comedy.
Oh yeah, like kind of slapstick.
Yes.
Kind of.
Happy Gilmore though, there were
so funny.
You will go to sleep or I will put you to sleep.
Yeah.
To the sweet old lady.
Ben
like
Stiller in there.
Yeah. Like they're.
My favorite line out of Happy Gilmore, he's talking about, it's like they're in the clubhouse. He's like, you play well enough, you might get one of these green jackets. He's like, gold jacket, green jacket, who gives a shit?
Yeah,
I love that line. He's just like this redneck in the setting.
It's so funny. I mean, I didn't know anything about golf when I saw Happy Gilmore, except for that you were supposed to be respectful when you were at a golf course and somebody else was playing.
Not out there beating Bob Barker's.
Right. And then you've got this whole fan. It's like the hockey or football crowd just shows up and starts wrecking shop, It's just so funny to me. But as he's progressed, Adam Sandler he's gotten very good at pulling on the emotional trigger. like with Big Daddy. Those two twins, the little kids that played Julian.
Yeah, Zach and Cody.
Yeah, they that was such a real situation. Not, I mean, it was a crazy situation. You know, the guy winds up with this child. He's just trying to keep up with it, and then he wants it. That's not going to work.
Right.
But it was so endearing, and you got this guy that's, as every other parent, not prepared to be one. And while the situation is kind of presenting itself, you know, first he's like, yeah, I'll help my buddy out. I'll watch this kid for you for a couple of days. And then he just falls in love.
Right.
And that's what parenting is. I mean, it doesn't, everybody gives you this very vague description of being a parent. Oh, it'll change your life. Right. And they kind of leave it at that.
Right.
But I used to mess with people about that, but that's all you can say about it. Because I mean, once you're apart, once you have that connection with something smaller than you that's dependent and learning from you and dependent on and learning from you and observing you in your whatever state you're in, you don't realize how much it changes you. And it's the most subtle thing in the world. But Adam Sandler killed me in that movie. Can somebody get this kid a Happy Meal? Like, I've been so upset as a parent. Sometimes it's some of the most trivial crap. But it's just so funny. And then he has also moved on to, I mentioned Reign Over Me in my Guilty Pleasures episode. Yeah. That movie devastated me.
It's a good movie. It's solid.
It's a very, very...
That was his second serious movie.
And it was much... What was the first one? Was it Spanglish?
Punch Drunk Love.
Both garbage. Spanglish and Punch Drunk Love. Sorry.
You don't like Punch Drunk Love?
Didn't like it. I mean, I will watch it, if again at some point, probably. But Reign Over Me was really where he hit his stride in the emotional...
So Punch Drunk Love is a P.T. Anderson movie.
Is what?
P.T. Anderson. With Paul Thomas Anderson, which is the same director as There Will Be Blood.
Oh, well.
So very similar cinematography and everything. It's not as good as There Will Be Blood, obviously. But, Reign Over Me is great.
I think as far as his serious attempts, like, I haven't seen Uncut Gems. I've heard mixed reviews.
Good.
I've heard you said you loved it. I trust your judgment. Yeah. I'll probably watch that. Everybody else, though, has said it's garbage. And I hate that.
It's not as good as Reign Over Me.
Right. But they've also said that Adam Sandler's acting in it was on point.
He got snubbed.
Yeah, big time.
This past year.
But I think I'm kind of glad he stepped away for a while and let the Happy Madison take over. You know, you didn't see him as often, or you still don't see him as often as we used to, but the stuff that he is still producing is so funny.
Yeah. He's probably made... I want to say 6 or 7 Netflix films. Like, he has a big contract with them because they do well.
Right.
You know, it's like, and that's kind of where, obviously the argument between theaters and streaming and all that, but he does well there. And some of those are hilarious, like The Ridiculous Six.
Ridiculous Six. If y'all haven't seen that movie, that is a very funny movie.
Yeah.
It's him, Rob Schneider, Taylor Lautner, oh my gosh, Terry Crews,
a bunch
of people, and they're all related. Yeah. They're all of his half brothers by this sleazy dad.
The same.
It's who is it? It's not Gary Busey. It's who's the dad?
It's been a minute since I've seen it.
Anyways, so he has to go. It's this old Western comedy, but it's so stupid.
It's
so
like
funny.
It's a mockery of the Hateful Eight,
or the Magnificent Seven.
Magnificent Seven, that's it. Which is good,
but so funny.
Yeah, I like his serious stuff, dude. Like, I like Uncut Gems was great. Punch Drunk Love it's unique. I didn't like it when it came out because
to be fair, it's been out since I've seen that.
It's 2002.
Yeah.
So it's 18 years old.
Maybe it's a little better.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite as mature then.
I think what I didn't like about it, and maybe for you too, is like I went into that expecting it was going to be something Adam Sandler-esque. Right. Because he did just come off of like Big Daddy and other movies like that. I do like Reign Over Me is so good. We talked about this in the other episode, but like the Don Cheadle's dope in that, by the way.
Don Cheadle is a good friend in that movie too.
But like Adam Sandler's like monologue in that at the end of that film when he's just breaking down.
It's
so good.
Heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
I'm a very empathetic person,
Yeah.
and seeing people struggle like that, understanding that they're illogical in their feelings, but they can't help it. Like that kills me. I've found myself in dark places before, and as we all have,
right.
And I love that he was able to shed light on failure to cope,
right.
the way he did, because I mean it's so important. But like I wouldn't have expected that when I was younger, watching Happy Gilmore and hearing the Hanukkah song on the radio come
right.
Thanksgiving time,
right.
or Christmas time. Like you wouldn't expect that out of Adam Sandler, but there he was, just pouring his heart into that, and I loved it.
So this dude had 3 movies in 2002.
Yeah,
it was 8 Crazy Nights,
mm-hmm.
Punch Drunk Love,
mm-hmm.
and Mr. Deeds.
Mr. Deeds.
Yeah, like that's
a cartoon, a serious movie, and a great comedy.
Yeah, like you're all over the place.
Yeah,
probably like the height of your career there.
Right.
Big Daddy came out in '99.
Mm-hmm.
51st Dates was 2004, so not 2005. I was wrong. And another episode. But this dude's pretty much made one movie every year for the last 24 years. I mean, it's crazy.
I mean, it's
at least one,
right? If
not 2 or 3. Like Funny People with that's like when Seth Rogen was.
I still haven't seen that one.
First couple getting started. There's some.
Mm-hmm.
It's not his best, but there is a funny scene between the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh man,
yeah.
like y'all went there,
yeah,
which is cool.
So you said earlier you were going to ask me something when what's his name came up.
Yeah, Kevin James.
Kevin James.
So who do you hate more, Kevin James or Matthew Broderick?
Matthew Broderick by leaps and bounds. Kevin James, I liked him in Grown Ups.
Yeah,
that because again when he is relevant, I think he has he's very charismatic. He's very not charismatic. A little bit, but he just fits in so well, and he tries so hard. And like when he's in something that's suited for him, I think he's great. I don't think there's anybody else that could do a Kevin James.
Right.
But he doesn't translate well into other stuff, and that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But no, Matthew Broderick can choke on this microphone.
Choke.
Not really. I'm not that I don't dislike you, Matthew Broderick. I just dislike your acting terribly.
He doesn't like you.
I mean, as a person, he's probably a nice guy. I don't know.
No, I like. So I'm looking at some of the cast of like Grown Ups and some of the people that are common
mm-hmm.
Adam Sandler
right.
attribute. Obviously David
Adam's Happy Madison family members.
Yeah, so obviously David Spade's in there. Rob Schneider's definitely in there.
Nick Swardson.
So funny.
Your name is Guy Blow.
Yeah, so stupid, dude.
Was the Benchwarmers on that list?
Kevin James, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
word.
Yeah.
That's, okay.
Yeah, he was on there. Rest in peace, Chris Farley. He was in there. Actually, Adam was more so background in his movies.
Yes.
When he was still famous. It's like David Spade and Chris Farley were the dudes.
Yep.
Like
gruesome twosome, baby.
Yeah, just awesome. Chris Rock, now that he's been in a couple,
mm-hmm.
Obviously the Grown Ups and then the week of. He's done a couple movies with Drew Barrymore, and he's done a couple movies with Jennifer Aniston. He's kind of in that vein.
Yeah.
There's the guy from Grandma's Boy, the main actor, I think.
Alex, whatever his name is.
He's in like a lot of those old ones as background, dude.
Yeah, so the
funny dude, man.
Oh yeah, him and
he's the caddy in Happy Gilmore, right?
Yes, he is the caddy in Happy Gilmore, and him and
he takes that Ritz cracker off the green as
and starts eating it. Yeah, yes. That kind of stuff I thought was fun. That's the kind of stuff. Yeah, that's slapstick comedy, but like clever. That is funny, dude. Yeah. Like, I love it. So no, that guy, and he was the limo driver in The Wedding Singer, which is I completely
That's a
forgot
great
to
movie.
mention that one. That one is one of my favorite
Yeah.
Adam Sandler movies. But he was the limo driver, and him and that other guy ended up being the gay couple at the end, the one with the crazy lazy eye.
Right. Yeah.
Guy.
That guy's in a lot of stuff.
And he hit Little Nicky together. So
Waterboy.
Yeah, Waterboy. I can't believe I forgot about that one.
Yeah, dude. So like in '98, he comes out with Wedding Singer and Waterboy.
Yeah.
Like, dude's on top of the world
Right.
for like probably 5 or 6 years there. Where it's like, Jim Carrey became famous like '94.
The Mask, Dumb and Dumber, and
Yeah,
Ace Ventura.
Like, just
right.
This is
same.
the same type of thing. This is crazy. Little Nicky was 2000. Just a year later.
Also a hilarious movie.
So stupid, dude.
So
So stupid.
what I like about Adam Sandler, there are so many different types of comedies. There's so many different types of everything. But Adam Sandler is, as opposed to like Kevin James. It's not a gripe with Kevin James. It's just where he doesn't belong, keep him out of it. There's not a movie that you cannot put Adam Sandler into.
Right.
He can be very, very serious. He's so talented in that role when it's right for him. Even though a lot of people griped again about Uncut Gems, nobody had a bad word to say about Adam Sandler. Not really.
Yeah.
About his performance on screen.
Right.
If nothing else. These crazy comedies, these responsible roles, like I've been impressed with him. I love him. He's been around for a long time, and
like what you were saying earlier about Big Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
I think comedies these days have lost that. Like, they're funny. There's no substance.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's all superficial.
Yeah, like back in the day. I hate even having to say that, but like Big Daddy, 1999, 21 years now. You have there's some tough stuff in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
When
they come and take the kid
oh
away.
Oh my God, dude! You're like, ugh. I think he did well in those things.
Yeah,
Like, he was such a good representation for males in tough situations like that.
yeah,
That you could like relate those things to,
right.
because you could see how uncomfortable he would be like in that acting of that stuff. Like, even in like 50 First Dates and like that's why I do like Punch Drunk Love. That's why I do like Reign Over Me, because then he just takes it a step further. Like it's hardcore serious then, But no, I think he did those comedies with dramedies, if you will, very well.
Yeah,
and they might have died with him.
very possibly.
But like, it's like you do see grown-ups and these later ones of his, some of these freaking Netflix ones that aren't that good, like The Do-Over is not that good. But they don't have as much substance.
Yeah. And who do we blame for that?
Yeah, the people watching. Yeah.
All of us right now.
Exactly. But it's a double-edged sword, because like you're gonna go check out them. You don't know the movie. You don't know what's in it. So like if they market it the right way and they get enough of you at the beginning, then it's successful.
Right.
And then they can do it again.
Right.
They're not going to listen to your comments afterwards.
Right. They got your money.
Yeah,
they got your money. They got Netflix's contract for it. Doesn't matter.
They don't give a
So this is a neat way. I would hope that like Happy Madison will keep pumping out stuff.
Yeah.
I hope we can get back to having that substance.
Right.
I imagine
there's probably a handful every year. But
there are
a lot.
there absolutely are, but they're not going to be the ones that are getting picked up by mainstream media.
Right.
Or represented so well.
Or in the theater anymore.
Right. But I mean, I don't think Adam Sandler's going anywhere. I think he's kind of like the Bruce Lee of movies. I mean,
what's the movie that makes fun of him being in a bunch of movies, where it's like all of these crazy titles? It's something where he's it's funny. but it's basically like it's not a whole thing about it. It's not the movie's not the whole premise of it. But there's a scene in an Adam Sandler movie where it's like he's an actor, and it's all these crazy titles. I'm gonna look that up real quick.
I'll
funny.
explain the Bruce Lee thing while you do.
Yeah.
He's just so good, and he can wear the shoes in so many different situations. So Bruce Lee was never a black belt in any style of martial arts. Common fact.
Right.
However, he was a master of many, many different styles of it. And I think Adam Sandler has directed and produced some of the funniest comedies that I've seen. I think some of his roles on screen are just so iconic and so quotable. And those are like big things for all of us. You know,
Right.
if that's the lasting value, like I can watch a movie and have my personal enjoyment out of it. But if I can't quote it to my buddies and stuff like that, or if I can't go back and watch it 10 times over, like it's just not going to be that big for me.
Right.
But Adam Sandler's, all of them, every single, even my mother, as saint-like as she is, like I remember the first time I was comfortable showing her something like adult-oriented was Big Daddy.
Right.
And we watched it, and she got very emotional. You know, she was like kind of scolding when something silly would happen, and I was laughing at the ignorant stuff.
Right.
But then when some of these bigger moments were happening, I'm like, "Are you crying right now, Ann?" You know, just giving her a fit.
Sweet Ann.
But yeah, seriously, sweet Ann. I love you, Ann. Love you, Mom. But he's done so well. He's adapted to the times. Saturday Night Live, that's virtually dead for me. Along with a lot of people. Not everybody has still got a place, but like I could care less because that substance isn't there.
I haven't dismissed any actor totally. Like we were talking about this with Matthew Broderick, or like your brother with Forrest Whitaker, where you just like don't care to see him in anything basically. And it's like, you know, or the other day we're talking on the phone, like, have you ever regretted watching a movie? And it's like, I've never
very few.
Yeah. I've never wanted my time back, you know.
I've wanted my money back.
Yeah.
but I'm okay with having given it up.
Yeah. It's like, but no, he's great. He's been ridiculed for, he's that actor that was in, oh my God, another Adam Sandler movie. You know what I mean? It's like, this is just insane. It's like, give it a break.
Yeah.
And then like a lot of his like Ridiculous Six and a couple other movies there, they got like that politically correct. They got heavily criticized.
Big time.
Because it was like, you know, he almost got canceled.
Yes.
But he's not canceled, obviously. You know, it's like, yeah, he has adapted for the times for the most part. You know,
for the most part.
Like he is doing Netflix movies a lot, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not as looked down upon as it was 6 years ago.
Right.
You know, so it's whatever. But
and in all honesty, I think it's because of people like him that Netflix has improved a lot. Like you look at these,
we still have a career too.
Say what?
Like you can still have a career.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's like you're not, just because you're not making it in theater or in theatrical releases.
Right.
You're still relevant.
Yep. You still have a great cast underneath you, and he's just done good.
Yeah.
He's done great.
So he's the old egghead.
Yeah, literally.
That's it's dope. I love that about 50 First Dates, where she's having those dreams about him.
Yeah.
And like there's like all those paintings in that room, and some of them are like literally just an egg.
An egg.
Yeah. It's like, you have an egg-shaped head, no doubt.
Yeah,
so,
no joke.
If you guys like Adam Sandler, you know, let us know. If you don't, that's cool. I know some people that don't like him.
Same. It's same as there's,
you know, or they're just
I don't
tired
like
of
Matthew Broderick, dude. That guy sucks.
Or Kevin James, apparently.
Kevin James is an all right dude. He's just not that funny. He's not as funny as he thinks he is. That's all.
I like Kevin James. I think he's pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's like he's that
Is he?
funny fat guy.
Is he really?
Yeah.
No.
But he's not like
Maybe the second part.
like he's not like the guy that is gonna make you know, your stomach hurt from laughing.
Yeah.
He's not that guy. And
No.
neither is Adam Sandler now, really.
Right.
You know.
He has put me in that situation many times. But
Yes.
yeah, no, I think now that he is kind of worn out on some people,
Yeah.
I think he's killing what he's doing.
It's hard to hang out for 30 years, dude.
Yep.
I'm sure he could vouch for that.
Much more so than I could.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen him negatively in the news.
No.
Like I can't think of anything offhand. I'm sure he's had an issue at some point. Everybody has.
Yeah.
But like, he's been a pretty stand-up dude. He's come out with stuff that I can watch with any member of my family, regardless of their sensitivity levels. If I'm worried about somebody watching an Adam Sandler movie, it'd be Grandma's Boy.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Little Nicky's a little rough.
Oh no, I put my mother through that one.
Yeah.
All right, Ann. I'll catch up with you on that one.
Challenge accepted.
Challenge accepted.
So yeah, but if you guys let us know if you like Adam Sandler, let us know if you hate him. But for real, let us know a movie you want to do another deep dive on. I'm not a movie, but an actor or actress that you'd like to do a deep dive on. And yeah.
Thank you, Adam Sandler. You done good.
Thanks, buddy. Yeah, jackass.
You jackass. All right, guys. We'll catch y'all next time on Two Dudes Talking.
See you later. Peace.
You jackass.